That rand looking a little bit perkier this morning, so around 675, 676 after trading up above 680 yesterday. But again, it looks like we are taking our cue from the euro.
Indeed, yesterday we saw the rand strengthening on the back of a rally in the euro. We saw the ECB President Jean-Claude Trichet reiterate his opposition for private shareholders being enlisted in a bailout effort for Greece, and these comments were really positive for the euro. It also helped to offset a further downgrade of Greece's sovereign debt. But markets were also buoyed this morning by the better than expected industrial production data out of China. So we really expect the rand to continue to ride on the wave of positive global sentiment in the short term, but in the longer term to really draw on the movements of the euro dollar.
Well, while we had that better than expected industrial production number out of China, we also had an inflation number kind of pretty much in line with expectations, but still sitting at 5.5% and perhaps signaling more tightening of monetary policy in China.
Indeed, the number came in at 5.5%, as you mentioned, from 5.3% the previous month. And as those numbers were largely expected, it really gives an indication that the slowdown, or rather the policy tightening measures that the authorities have put in place, is really starting to have effect. We are seeing interest rates starting to increase, and also some increases in reserve requirements as well. So there really is an indication that the Chinese economy is starting to slow down.
Nothing here locally today. We do have the retail sales number coming out tomorrow. That's for the month of April. Expectations are Standard Bank pretty bullish about that retail reading we're expecting.
Indeed, we expect an increase of about 6.1% in April, from a moderation to 5.1% the previous month. We are aware of the fact that it is higher than consensus estimates, but we do believe that demand conditions are still quite rife and that we could continue to see an increase in retail sales. Wholesale trade as well, we are expecting a continued increase in those numbers, but due to the fact that April really saw a string of holidays, there is some downside pressure on those numbers.
Of course, we have a pretty light data week in South Africa this week. We also have a holiday coming up on Thursday. So would you expect that the rand really just to continue taking its cue from the euro-dollar movement?
Yes, I do believe we could continue taking it from those movements. But ahead of the retail sales data, we do expect the rand to trade in the narrow range that we have seen of about 672 to about 682.83.